What's up, everyone? Welcome to the March 16th edition of On Deck, brought to you by RUDIS, of course. Wow, I don't even know where to start this show with. Obviously, if you guys are listening to this, you know what's going on. We are having a financial disaster. We got the coronavirus. We got all wrestling canceled. It has just been a hellacious week. Really totally all around. And it was crazy because of how fast it happened. If you just remember last week, no one saw this. We didn't see this coming. Surely not this large, this fast. It was Wednesday when they announced that the NCAAs would be closed to everyone but all the fans, right? Everyone but coaches, athletes, and media personnel. And then just Thursday, the next day, that Wednesday night, the NBA canceled, the NHL canceled, everyone else started canceling. And the next day, the NCAA comes back and says, we're canceled. We're done. Not going to have it. And that was really depressing news to wrestling fans. And I think a lot of people pushed back on it. They pushed back really hard. I know Thursday night we still held our AWA practices, but by Friday it appeared apparent that we needed to cancel them, in fact. And in Wisconsin, I know in many other states, they canceled all schools for multiple weeks. I believe we're all the way up to April 6th. And, who knows where it's going to be after that. Then the Olympic trials got postponed to a later date. Obviously, the Pan Ams still happen. And that's who we're going to talk to Kayla Miracle, who wrestled at the Pan Ams. But the European Olympic Qualifier is postponed. The Last Chance Olympic Qualifier is postponed. So I feel like right now we're just in this state of flux where we've never been here before. We don't really know what's going to happen, both financially, with everyone's health, with the healthcare system in America. We don't really know where this is going to go. And so hopefully things get better quickly. Hopefully not very many people get sick, not very many people die. And then we can get wrestling back on the schedule and life back on the schedule sooner than later. And obviously that's one of the questions I'm going to ask Kayla Miracle is like, hey, listen, you were preparing to make an Olympic team. You just qualified 62 kilograms for America to wrestle at the Olympics. You were supposed to have the Olympic trials in 3 weeks from now. What are you going to do now? You don't know when it's going to be. They said postpone, but they don't have a date on it. I don't know. I don't think that she knows when it's going to be. And even if someone did allege to know when it was going to be, there's no chance that doesn't get pushed back even further. So I think that's really tough for her, obviously. So we're going to ask her about that. We appreciate that she's coming on the show. I did try to get a bunch of other college seniors, and I got turned down. I got rejected a whole bunch. Obviously a lot of them are having a very hard time with it. Some chose to go on FRL this morning. I'm hoping to maybe get Alex Marinelli next week on the show. And then maybe we'll get some coaches. But, I want to give the coaches some time. I thought the seniors maybe would want to talk through some of the ways that they're feeling right now. So let's go to Kayla Miracle. Let's talk to her, and then I'll wrap up the show. What's up, everyone? We are here with Kayla Miracle. Kayla, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Well, I to be honest, I've had better times. We closed down our business for 3 weeks to start out with, and
Yeah.
man, the financial volatility in the markets, people getting sick. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't like instability. I don't think anyone likes instability.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not. So I've actually I haven't totally quarantined myself, but the only person I've seen in the last 3 days is my mom and my my kids and my wife. Are you doing anything like that or no?
No, I'm gonna take some time off the mat just because trials got pushed back and
Yeah.
had a solid training phase for Pan Ams. So
Sure.
I'm gonna head down to Louisiana to see some family.
Okay.
So
Are you driving or flying?
I'm gonna drive.
Okay.
I have my cat, so
Uh-oh.
can't just leave her. And then just try and stay away from airports. Those are pretty eerie.
Yeah, what's with the girl wrestlers and cats? I've had Sarah Hildebrand on the show twice, and she's had her cats on, and she brought her cats on the show, like literally hopped up into her lap while I was on the show. And Tamira had some kind of pet. I'm blanking.
She has 2 dogs.
It's a dog. Okay, it was a dog.
Yeah,
she
small
literally had a
ones.
dog on the show. So
Yeah, so Stassi is
Oh my
right
God,
here.
he's right
She's
there.
sleeping. I don't want to disturb her, but I'm sure she'll wake up at some point and
Oh, wow.
jump on. And if not,
Yeah.
we'll wake her up at the end.
Okay. What about stockpiling any food? Did you do any of that?
I haven't yet, just
Okay.
because I was pretty
Oh,
low
you,
when I left
yeah.
for the tournament, and then I just have kind of necessities for right now, and I'm about to leave again, so not
Yeah.
really a
And
point.
you're a wrestler anyways. You're tough, so you could go like 6 days without eating, no problem.
Exactly, exactly.
What's the longest you've been without eating?
Oh, shoot.
Because I'll just be, I'm always honest. I try to be as honest as possible about this. When I was young and I was dumb and I didn't know how to cut weight the right way, dude, there was a couple of times I went probably, not drinking, but not eating probably 2.5 to 3 days. I mean, it was really stupid.
Yeah, I think in high school I would be pretty dumb like that, and maybe 2 days or something,
Yeah.
but I don't cut weight anymore, so
Yeah.
I eat every meal.
So you really don't cut any weight for 62 kilograms?
No, I weighed in this weekend at 61.3, and I had
Wow.
dinner the night before, and
Wow.
I was drinking. If I woke up in the middle of the night, I'd grab my water and drink, and had some stuff before weigh-ins too. So
Well, that's a pretty good deal.
yeah, it's
Fantastic.
nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so you visit some friends or family in Louisiana.
Yes, yeah.
You're not from Louisiana, are you? No.
No, so my family, we're military.
Okay.
But right now, my dad lives in Kentucky, where I went to college, and my mom's in Indiana. And then my older brother, he's stationed. He's in the Army. There we go.
Okay.
And he's in Fort Polk, Louisiana. And he's
Oh.
got 3 kiddos. One's a
Oh.
newborn. So gonna go see them, and then see some other family down in New Orleans.
Nice. That's cool. Okay, so let's talk about the Pan Ams. I'm gonna go all over the place, dude, because you ended up being my only guest today. I wanted to get a senior right from the NCAA's what got canceled. I wanted to see it didn't work out, and then I ended up trying to get Alex Marinelli, and he didn't work out. So I had a whole bunch of rejection, unfortunately. So hopefully you're willing to talk for a little bit
Toughens
to
you
me.
up. Oh yeah, for sure.
Rejection toughens you up, right? That is true.
But I actually do. Here is Abby Nettie. She's a senior at Campbellsville University.
Okay.
And so she had to deal with kind of the whole NAIA thing shutting down. They were at the tournament and had already done their morning workout, and they were told. So she's here if she wants to jump on a little bit later.
She's at your house?
Yeah, she's sitting on the couch over there.
Okay. Wait, so
Yeah.
so the women it was in North Dakota or something, correct?
Yeah, North Dakota.
And they were
Jamestown.
at the tournament. I mean, they were literally there, and they canceled it right before it got started, correct?
Yeah, I think they all did their morning workout, getting close to weight, and then they got back to the hotel, and that's when they were told. So
Yeah. Oh
bummer.
my goodness, it really is wild. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle because I do think a lot of people aren't taking it seriously enough. Like I think it has the chance to be really, really bad. That being said, doing stuff without fans, obviously I feel like that's a huge amount of precaution. And then in those events when they were already there, they were already in the building essentially. To call it off at that point is almost heartbreaking. So, yeah, okay. So let's talk about Pan Am's real quick because that actually I believe that was like the only thing I couldn't believe it still went on. Especially usually Canada and Justin Trudeau are a little more like jumpy towards these things. I was like, I didn't think there's any way that you guys would actually go through with it, but you guys went through with it somehow.
Yeah, I think what saved us was that it was an international competition, but everyone was already there from the week before at Pan Am Championships. The only countries I think that had different athletes were like the U.S. people and then Canadians. And some of them lived right around there, so it wasn't a huge travel issue. But
yeah, that makes sense. So there was the event, the Pan Am Championships were the week before, and all the other countries they went there for one and they just stayed. Which that seems so ridiculous that they couldn't combine those two events into one event, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at European, they already had their European Championships, and that's like ranking. But then there's the Olympic qualifier, which just got postponed, which we don't know when that'll be. But So I
Yeah,
see why it
because
has to be
Europe's one of the hardest hit areas right now. I mean, they're really
sure.
having a tough go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then obviously, which you really alleviated the pressure on America, at least at 62 kilograms, because now there's only 3 people that have to go to that last chance. Which who knows when that's going to be at this point.
Yeah, might be the week before the Olympics. Who knows?
Seriously, wow. Okay, so as I look through the bracket, 62 kilograms at the Pan Am Olympic Qualifier. I don't want to say you weren't pushed, but you didn't really have anything that was all that competitive. You kind of worked your way through the field. You qualified the weight. I don't know. Do you want to talk any more about any of these specific matches?
I mean, just preparing for it with Perry. We knew, Brazil. I've been wrestling her. I think I've wrestled her 3 times this past year. The Venezuelan, we didn't have a tight match in Rome, but it was slower to start. And then I finally picked it up in the second period, which kind of has become a trend.
Yep.
And then Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
She's beaten me twice in the past. So kind of worried a little bit about her and her defensive style. And then Canada, Fazari, she's beaten me multiple times in the past.
Really?
But she's fresh off of an injury. And
okay.
I'm also not the same wrestler that I was in high school when I wrestled these people. So
sure.
It's a little bit different. But yeah, just a lot of preparation and kind of knowing what to look out for, but not changing my style at all. And kind of ended up being a pretty good day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you brought up Mark Perry, who's a coach at the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. I actually interviewed. I'm becoming a Hawkeye homer because I actually interviewed Thomas Gilman for quite a while last week, and that was.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was a lot of fun, and he had a great weekend. So you've been at the Hawkeye Wrestling Club for a year and a half, 2 years?
About a year and a half, yeah.
Year and a half.
Yeah, moved here full time in December of last year.
Okay, cool. So yeah, not quite a year and a half. So how do you like it so far? Let's talk about the coaching, the atmosphere, everything else that has to go along with that.
I mean, the atmosphere obviously is great. You have the Big Ten champs, what we thought would be the 2020 national champs. It's just a good room to be in.
I'll go ahead and crown them. Do you want to crown them?
Yeah, heck yeah.
I really didn't think I thought there was no way they were going to lose at this point in time.
Oh yeah, me neither. But yeah, so just being around them, they have, they're high level thinkers. They have big dreams. So the vibe in the room is it's great. If we get even just being next to them on the treadmill or something, or in the weight room with them, it's really cool. Just the energy that they bring, because they're just so excited and they just love the sport. So
yeah, that's
nice. And then obviously the coaches, we've got some really talented people in there. And then I work most with Perry, and he's just great. I put something on Instagram and basically saying how many hats he has to wear for me. He's a coach, he's a drill partner. He lets me cry to him. He hypes me up. He's just all around. He'll let me go hang out with his family and his kids just to, get away from wrestling. So he's awesome. He's a good dude.
Nice. Okay, so fill everyone if they don't know. I believe you guys have five girls at the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, correct? Four. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go through all of them and then tell us about who your main training partners are.
All right. So I mean, we all kind of work together. We have Michaela Beck. She is around 62, 59 type. But she's focusing on juniors right now.
Okay.
So she's great to go with. And then we have Allie Reagan, 59 kilo world team member from last year, going down to 57 for the Olympic cycle.
Yep.
I think 2 silver medals. And then up at 68 was 65. Forrest Molinari. She's two-time fifth at Worlds. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's some good training. And then I'll have the guys too. We'll grab some of them if we need, an extra match. We'll go with Nodir Safarov. He's from Uzbekistan, but he trains with us. And some of the college guys if we need an extra match, a drill, whatever it is. And then I'll wrestle around with Perry a lot too. Probably around twice a week.
So. Oh, really? Wow, that's frequently. Nice.
He's getting in shape.
Come on. Don't lie.
He's getting there.
How close to his college weight is he?
Not not very, not very good,
Not very.
but he's still got it.
Oh yeah, I'm
We'll
sure.
roll around and scramble, and he'll kick my butt if he wants to.
Yeah, he was awesome. Okay, so Allie Reagan's going down. Was Lauren Louv not there anymore?
No, she decided to move out to Colorado and
Okay.
train at the training center.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm looking, I have the rankings up also, and obviously, I knew Allie Reagan, I knew Lauren Louv. I didn't realize Michaela Beck, but it looks like those are like the top three people at 59 kg, and obviously 59 kg is not happening this year. I get it, but that would make for a really crowded room at that weight.
Yeah, for sure. But it's kind of nice. Iowa is just pretty open about, we don't care who's on the team, but we want Iowa on the team. So kind of in that Gilman Spencer situation, with us girls, we're spreading out, and Beck is focusing on the junior and U23 scene. But with those two, they both have that same goal, same weight, and they're both right there. Hopefully it's them in the finals. And at that point, it's like we win no matter what. Iowa wins. So,
yeah. So Tom and his son and I talked about that for a little bit last week. And I think it's a tough situation because, especially with the Olympic weights, on the one hand, especially for the men's weights, I guess the women's are slightly closer together, but you guys are also a little smaller kind of on the curve. It's like, okay, well, 57 to 65, like, it's really hard for a good 57 guy to go with a good 65 guy. And so you kind of need multiple 57s, or, in your case, right, it goes 57, 62, 68. So, the 62 and 68 are relatively close together, but for a 57 and a 68 to go together, that's going to be really, really tough.
Yeah, I've noticed that Allie and Forrest don't go together as much anymore, and Forrest will grab outside partners more often than we will. I can go with Forrest, but she's still really big for me. She's pretty big for 68 too, and then I'm really small for 62. So that makes it a little difficult, but we're smart about it, and then they just kind of avoid it. I think they might drill together, but nothing live or anything.
Yeah.
And then I can go with Allie pretty easily, and Beck as well.
Yeah, it makes for a really tricky situation. Okay, so let's go to this is probably the toughest question, because I don't know that you know how to answer it. I don't really know how to answer it. The Olympic trials are indefinitely postponed. We don't, at this point, we have really no idea. I don't think you have a good idea. I definitely don't have a good idea of when it's going to happen. What do? Do you just train and stay ready, or do you take some time? I know you said you're taking a little bit of time off here. What is your plan of action, and what's your thought?
Well, right now, just stay off the mat. I just got my ear drained, so avoid getting that hit again. I did.
Oh, I thought you were wearing a headband.
That's this tape.
I thought it was like a fashion thing.
No, not fashion. This is not fashion.
Well, I have the girl I coach for fighting, Macy. I don't know if you've seen these. I did not realize what it was for a while, but it's like, because she has a lot of hair, it's like a hat, a winter hat, and it has no top on it, right? So your hair can stick out the top. That's kind of what I thought you were wearing. I did not.
Yeah, no, this is just some tape keeping the pressure down.
You can't even see it. Yes. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, so just staying off the mat for a little bit. Still going to train, lift, run, cross-train, do whatever it is with whatever it is that I have while I'm traveling and visiting people. And then come back and kind of, I'm sure they're going to give us the date fairly soon, or as soon as they can, and it's not going to be like, all right, trials is next week. It's not going to be like that. They're going to give us a fair amount of time, and I don't need very much time. Give me 3 weeks and I can be completely ready for the tournament, and have 2 hard weeks of training and then 1 week of taper and feel great, so for me, just take my little bit of time off, be eager to get on the mat again, happy, healthy, all that, and then just get to rolling and get to working and wait for the word.
So have they banned? I mean, so I know University of Wisconsin, they closed down all buildings, so the kids can't even go get on the mat if they want to. Have they done the same thing to you, or no?
Last I heard is that we can't have groups of more than 20 in there.
Well, that's not. I mean,
So,
for the senior level athletes, that should not be an issue for you guys.
yeah, definitely not. And I think most of the guys have gone on a spring break. They're not really around this week.
Yeah.
So that's not an issue.
Is school? You're not in school at Iowa, correct? Or
No.
you are? Okay, you're not. Did they? Is that off also? No more school. I know they've done that up here.
I know they're online until like the 4th or something, and then they'll figure that out a little bit later. That's the last I heard, but I haven't heard anything since. I know with Campbellsville, where I graduated from in Kentucky, they had said they're off or they're online until the 30th, and then today they just changed it and they're saying online the rest of the year.
Dang! Wow.
So, yeah, and as of right now, they're not really. They're taking them out of the dorms and everything, so no training.
They kicked them out of the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's wild, huh?
It is.
So they make them all go back home, or I mean, they said you just can't be in the dorm. We don't care where you go, you just can't be in the dorms.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, if they live around there, off campus, then I guess it's fine. But if you can't train, if you're not allowed in the room or anything, then there's not much of a point to stay around.
Yeah.
Get somewhere that you can train and get what you need done. But.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I guess I meant to ask this earlier. Is there anyone specific on the Iowa team that you train with a lot? I know you said you grab some guys once in a while. Is it, do you grab Spencer a lot or Austin or anyone else?
I've wrestled a couple times with Spencer. We're not going to go live or anything crazy like that. But if we're working on zone or over under things like that, things where he's good and he has a nice feel, kind of drill with him, or even laces. If I'm doing a practice and he's, doing cardio or something, we'll be like, hey, can you come over here? And he'll help work through it with me. But then for live and things like that, I go with Cam Shaver a lot.
I don't know him.
He's been awesome. I think he's from Iowa.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure. But he's super good. I'll text him the night before and I'm like, hey, are you good to come in and can you do 2 matches or 3 matches with me tomorrow? And he's like, yep, okay, be there.
Nice.
So he's super willing to help. And then No Deer, he's with HWC.
Yep.
And
so he doesn't compete anymore, correct? No Deer?
Oh, he does. He's on the Uzbek Olympic team, but he has to qualify the weight as well.
At 57.
At 57.
Oh, I guess I thought that he was done competing. I did not realize. So did he compete at the World Championships last year?
He did not. He didn't make the team.
Oh, he didn't make the team.
Yeah.
Has he made the senior level team before?
Yeah, he was on it the year before, and I think even the year before that, him and Gilman wrestled
at Worlds. Really?
That's kind of what I've heard. So I think that's how they made that connection and had him come over.
And so is he full time in Iowa City?
Yes. Well, I mean, he just left to do an acclimation camp for the European Olympic Trials or Olympic Qualifier, but then it got pushed back. So I think I'd assume stay home, but I'm not sure. I haven't talked to him since. So. Yeah,
I don't know if coronavirus is in Uzbekistan. I can't remember that right now. Obviously, it's in Western Europe, pretty large. Okay, what else you want to talk about? Oh, dang. Hold on, I messed my headphones up. All right, I can hear you now.
We're good?
Yeah. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about how sad that you are the NCAAs are done, or what are you more sad about? Most sad about?
Man. I mean, I am pretty sad about the NCAAs because I was looking forward to going and watching, and just I was gonna take this weekend off, and we were gonna have a little training phase. Terry Steiner was gonna be up there, and we were gonna have a few girls that are going to watch all train together each morning before the tournament. So that was gonna be good, and then just watching and being able to see Iowa win and know that I'm slightly part of that.
Of course.
In some way. So that's a bummer. It's also just a good weekend to watch wrestling. Yeah. Just a lot of really good wrestling, even if it's not like my guys, like my Iowa guys, all of them are real tough. So that's a bummer, but just sports in general being down, it's going to be boring. What's social media going to come to?
What books are you going to read? Let's go to
What
that.
books?
I'm going to make a book recommendation today. You could say I'm crazy or not. It's called End the Fed by Ron Paul. Have you ever read it?
All right. I have not.
It's very important. I think most Americans should read it. I'm going to go do a little Periscope on Twitter. Yeah, but I've already completed a few books. It's hard for me because I got 3 kids that are at home, and we're quarantined. So they're here 24/7. So I don't get to read as much as I would. But for you, I would say you could finish like 50 books in the next couple weeks.
I definitely could, especially if I was staying here.
Yeah.
Going to see family. I'm going to be in a place where there are 3 little nuggets.
Yeah,
so
that'll keep you busy.
I'll be a little busy, but maybe on the road trip, throw on an audiobook or something.
Absolutely. What's your favorite book ever?
I
pressure.
Let You Go by Claire McIntosh, I believe.
Is that
more of a
fiction, nonfiction?
It's like a psychological thriller style.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
Those are always fun to read for me.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last book I read, though. It's been a while.
Okay. Yeah, I set a goal. I love reading. I set a goal of 30 books for the year, and now it's with this quarantine, it's gonna have to go way up from there. So, what else are you gonna watch? You gonna watch movies? What else are you gonna do then?
Yeah, movies, Netflix, just hang out. I have a Switch, so
what's that?
Play some video games.
It's a video game system?
Yeah, like the handheld one. Like a Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
yeah, so that's usually what I do when I'm traveling. Just like in the airports, just play on it.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. Well, we appreciate the time that you took with us. Congratulations on qualifying. Congratulations and thank you on qualifying the way for America. And then we'll say
yes.
Good luck, and I'm sure I'll be there whenever the Olympic trials happen. Kick some butt and make the team.
Sweet. Thank you. That's the plan.
All right, you got it. I appreciate it, Kayla. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, guys. That was Kayla Miracle. It was fun to talk to her. It's funny that she all the girl wrestlers have pets. I don't even know what to think about that. That was funny. Her, Sarah, Tamira, they're all RUDIS athletes also. She did a great job. She qualified for the weight. I guess I didn't realize going into the show, and shame on me, that she had lost to a couple of those girls in the Pan Am's bracket. I thought she was far and away the favorite. I didn't realize that she had previously lost them. So it's awesome that she was able to go undefeated, qualify the weight for America. And now, like she said, that it's kind of a sit and wait thing. And I really loved her attitude. Her attitude was, I could be ready in 3 weeks. After being in the fighting world, that hearing that is so refreshing. Some of these fighters, they want to say they need an 8-week camp or a 10-week camp to be ready. And she just said, give me 3 weeks. Just let me know. I'll be ready to go. No problem. I'll train hard for 2 weeks. I'll take a taper week, and then we'll do it. No big deal. So I love that about her. We appreciate her coming on the show, and hopefully next week I will have some more really good guests for us to have on. Stay safe. Don't get sick, and be smart with your money. Peace. That's all I got.